with no wheeze. Burden of greatness is hard on these knees. Lameness is your particular disease. Stitching with jokes, that's my sacred degree. Bloods and Crips got nothing on me. Always dig in, dig out for eternity. That's my war cry, it's out my Bradley. Knocking out movies like I'm fucking Jet Li. You best believe satisfaction's not guaranteed. Mama Susan treats me like I'm a refugee, but I know how to use her. The YouTuber's YouTuber. Fighting on back roads and back routes. I'll be saving the future.
What is going on? Hail the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to introduce my panel here in a moment, but please do me a favor. What's up, Soul Assassin? Please follow Soul Assassin's instructions. Hit the like button. Tell a friend about the stream. Share it out. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not sure which platforms are out there. I don't know if Scotty was able to set up Rumble, but if you're on Odyssey, please subscribe. Consider subscribing. Got some great shows on this channel, including this one, Wednesday. You never know what you're going to get, and it's the best. Got the best crew on this one. We're going to beat the Saturday show. We can only do that with your help. We can only do that with your help, y'all. We need you to share out the link, and like, dislike, don't matter. Let Scott know where I'm worth it. Let's just be basic before I lose this job. Just play. I'm worth it. Please, just help me out. Starting out tonight, we got Keely Chow. What is up, Keely Chow? Hail to you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Thank everybody lurking. Thank everybody watching. Thank you for watching later if you are. First up, I want to introduce the woman that helps me organize more things than I could possibly tell you. I appreciate Tina Bojan. Thank you so much, honey, for doing all the work that you do on this show.
Hello, you're quite welcome. I always have fun. It gives me an excuse to be playing around on Twitter and Facebook more than I should. And hey, and whatever other streams I'm on, I always tell them the best Scott stream is the stream without Scott, and come see us on Wednesday nights. So.
Can you hear? Ain't nobody can hear me. Dad. Say hi, Slender Dad.
Hi, Slender Dad. What happened there? We had technical difficulties. It was weird.
Straight up. Look, I switched to my hotspot earlier. It went down to one signal. I don't know why it's on Wednesdays, but it's always Wednesdays I have issues. So I put the hard line back in, and just when I'm doing the intros, it said, nah, we're going to message you today. All the way down. I can't. I don't know. Hi, Slender. Thank you for being here.
It's always a pleasure.
I need a new internet provider. This is ridiculous. And with us also is Lil Chad. What's going on, brother?
Hello. I have gigabit internet service, so hopefully you shouldn't have any lag with me. So
no, it's not you. It's Florida. Florida's awful with the internet, with the phone signal, everything. They forced me to switch to 5G, Little Chad, and it's worse than 4G was. Look, they just dropped out Slender for no damn reason.
Well, he's out in West Virginia, so God knows he might be having issues as well.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in West Virginia, but that's quite possible. What's up, Riff Magos, channel member? Thank you so much for being here, dude. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Please hit the like button, stare out the link. Slender will be back in a moment. I am very sore. Yeah, it has internet. Oh, Australia. I don't know. Is it that bad? Is it bad down there too? What is going on with our internet service? I don't understand. Sorry, brother. What's up, One Man Show? Good to see you. Greetings, dude. How are you? Zombie Box Reviews. What's up, Andy? I gotta get up with you. We gotta. I want to have you on Rogue. So DM me or message me somehow. I'm on Facebook. I'm everywhere. Instagram, Lodonis Walton, Twitter at Lodonis. Just check me out. It is terrible. Yeah, I imagine that it is. Look, Riff. What's up, Slender? Good to see you again, man.
Yeah, I noticed that like there was just the generic member thing on my picture on the stream. So I was like, let me go log into my account real quick.
No, you scared me. I thought I dropped you. Like you're now that affected my mind.
No, I dropped myself. It's okay. This is not on you for once.
For once.
For once. Yeah. Ain't that the freaking truth. Tina, would you get the first article ready for us, please?
Sure.
I want to say thank you guys so much for supporting us on Wednesdays. Mad should be along. I'm not sure. Hopefully he shows up. He has the time to. I saw him in the chat, so I'm hoping he comes. And I want to appreciate him for holding it down on this time slot on this channel for over a year. For Scotty, great work. Please check out Mad Barber Entertainment. Great guy. Love that man. All right, let's start off. Let's laugh a little bit. Should we laugh a little bit? All right, Tina, what do we have here?
Oh my gosh, this was awesome. Police say suspected drunk driver tried to switch places with a dog. So over in Denver, and things ain't ever crazy in Denver, right? Colorado police arrested a man on Saturday night who was allegedly driving while intoxicated and got lost. When approached by police, officers said the man tried to switch places with his dog, who was in the passenger seat. Police said the incident started at around 11:30 p.m. near 7th and Main Street in Springfield, which is in the far southeast part of the state, when a driver allegedly caught speeding at 52 miles an hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone.
Why is it always a Springfield? It's always I had a Springfield where I grew up, and I mean, if you're a good friend, if that's man's best friend, I guess he would, he would take the rap for that. So.
Yep. And
but if you're gonna be his best friend, you don't make him take the fall for that shit.
You gotta have a ride or die, homie, Slender. All right, that's what you look for in this life.
Yes, but the whole point of a ride or die is you would both ride or die for one another, so neither of you ever has to for the other.
Well,
because
who's got the
you
cleaner
both
record,
take the fall together.
I mean, who's got the cleaner record? If you got the cleaner record, or if it's your first offense, just jump in the seat.
I mean, the dog's gonna get hit for driving without a license, driving without opposable thumbs, driving without the ability to put his feet on the pedals properly. Yeah, you are putting that dog in a bad situation.
Yeah, but still, if you could look at that as like disability discrimination, right? Because he's just trying to get the job done, and you are now charging him because he is not human abled.
Well, this guy seriously had some major charges. Said the policeman got out of the passenger side of the vehicle and claimed he wasn't driving. The officer said the man showed clear signs of intoxication. And when they asked him how much alcohol he consumed, he decided to run. The officer said the man was apprehended less than 20 yards away. During the investigation, police learned that the man was driving from Las Animas to Pueblo and got lost in Springfield. The Baca County Sheriff's Office was called to help with the investigation. The man had 2 active warrants for his arrest out of Pueblo. Once he was medically cleared, police said he was booked into the Baca County Jail. He was also charged with driving under the influence of alcohol and other drugs, driving while ability impaired, driving under suspension, speeding 20 to 25 miles an hour, and resisting arrest.
So I guess the dog was not charged. I'm guessing.
I guess not.
That didn't work out.
Hopefully the dog wasn't impounded and they were able to get somebody to, take care of that buddy.
I'm sure they handed the dog over to PETA, who's going to take very good care of it.
When looking at this article, am I the only one who flashes to like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray and the little groundhog driving the car?
Honestly, this is my inner weeb coming out, but I just thought it was funny that it's Baca County, because Baca, not spelled that way but pronounced that way in Japan, means idiot. So
really?
They checked him into Idiot County Jail.
That's awesome.
Aww.
This is a man who faces all of his challenges. I just want to say that's the impression that I get. This is a person who stands up, does what he has to do, faces every challenge that comes his way.
Yeah, and then trips over the curb 10 yards away from where he started running.
On the plus side, it wasn't a cat, so there's obviously there's at least one thing in his column.
Why do I feel that has to do with pussy and women drivers? Why does that come off like that?
No, it's because cats are terrible and they're not friendly and they don't deserve to be house pets.
I mean, no, to be honest, though, if I was going to switch seats with an animal, it would have been a cat, because like you said, they're ferocious. They would have attacked the cop. It would have given me time to run away.
Are you kidding? No, the cat would have like sliced your Achilles so that you fell and it would have sauntered away like it was, not even needing to run.
No, here's the thing. The cat would have looked at the officer and said, "Is there a problem here?" And then the officer would have been like, "I need to see your license and registration." And the cat would have been like, "You fucking idiot. I'm a cat."
Right, meow. At that point, can you do the Super Troopers? I need to see it right, meow.
I need you to get back into your police cruiser and drive away right meow.
Do I look like a cat all nimbly bimbly?
Slender, I think you're onto something, because you're right. The dog would have just turned his head and just taken it. He just would have been like, yes, officer, I was driving. He would have. definitely would have been man's best friend in that situation.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Cats are terrible. I just can't get them. They're evil. Like I'm allergic to cats, and it never fails. If you walk in a room in a building or an apartment, a house where there is a cat, they know you're allergic, and so they come right to you, and on purpose, like try to get all like I swear they can tell who's allergic, and they want to murder you by getting right next to you.
Yeah.
Well, man, show says my cats know how to be friendly with the guy who fills the food bowl. But is that always true?
No, that's always true when they're hungry. As soon as you fill the food bowl, you are once again the scum of the earth, and they will have nothing to do with you.
Yes, no doubt.
So
until they need the bowl filled again.
I told this to my wife once when she was watching the show, but cats treat humans like the servants in Downton Abbey. Humans don't exist except for when you have an immediate need when you're a cat. And then once that need is filled, they are invisible and in the background and matter not to the cat lives. They just don't care. It's like terrible pets. I don't, get rid of cats.
Little Chad has a visceral hatred for haughty cats. I mean, I understand. I've never really looked at a cat as a pet. It kind of just comes around and then goes away.
There's a lot of scientific data that, domesticating dogs was one of the key developments for human civilization to actually grow.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas domesticating cats has served no purpose for us. So just throwing that out there.
Okay, I call bullshit on that one.
What, you don't think that
domesticating cats serves no purpose for city folk like you, but if you want to keep mice out of your barn, if you want to keep mice out of your house because you live out in the country and there's all sorts of shit out there that wants to come in.
That's true. If I wanted to share a home with a sociopathic killer that would just kill any animal that was smaller than it for the pure enjoyment of killing, because house cats don't kill to eat. They kill because they're psychotic killers.
You know those are dogs too, right? Like the whole reason that dogs like squeaky toys is because it sounds like an animal screaming.
Yeah, and a dog would do that to defend the family. Like I saw Old Yeller.
No, it'll do it for fun too.
Yeah,
Cujo.
to bring it home. Well, Cujo was a demon dog, but
My sister had a West Highland. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I was going to say, before it was possessed by rabies or demon or whatever it was, Cujo was a super sweet dog, apparently.
My sister had a West Highland Terrier and lived in the city, and city of Chicago streets don't quite have as many rats as New York, but pretty damn close. And one time she was playing in the backyard and all of a sudden came in the doggy door with a rat hanging out from both sides of her mouth, and she was all excited, wagging her tail like, "Look, mommy, I brought you something."
See, yeah, like the dog brought it in for the family.
Yep.
A cat will do it because it wants to kill.
It's an
the cat will also leave a corpse on your door
as a message. As a message, the cat's message is, "I can kill you."
No,
if I choose
cat's
to.
Message, if it leaves things on your doorstep or if it brings you food, is, "I don't think you're a very good hunter."
The cat's message is just like the Godfather when they cut the horse's head off. It's like, I just want you to know what I can do to you while you sleep, and you won't be able to stop me.
Dude,
so
Lil Chad, you're gonna have to show us
way.
on the doll where the cat touched you, because you didn't have some sort of a personal vendetta here.
I'm telling you, man, when the cats try to murder you because you're allergic, it gets personal.
Lil Chad hates pussy. We got Legion of Memers out there. Can we get some Lil Chad hates pussy memes out there? Thank you so much. No, I mean, they do leave corpses on your front door. I mean, and I've always thought about that. Is that a message? Is that an offering? I was told that like that's an offering to the house. That's what I was taught.
If a dog,
it means they think that you are insufficient as a hunter, so they're basically taking it upon themselves to supplement your food.
Damn,
they don't think you're going out there and getting enough.
It's because cats are being passive aggressive assholes, and they're like, "Hey, look what I can do for the family. You can't, but I'll let you have this one." So it's like that's what they're doing.
My grandmother used to feed the neighborhood cat. My grandmother used to feed the neighborhood cat in the city, and we just put out little cans of tuna. She eventually actually started buying cat food for the darn cat. And sure enough, every single Sunday morning, it was like the cat knew the day of the week. Every Sunday morning, because grandma and grandpa were at church, she would go, "Well, there's no food for me." So she would come back looking for food. She would leave, and then she would just drop, a bird or a mouse or something on the front stoop, just basically saying, "Well, obviously there was no food for me today, so you must be hungry too. Here you go."
Damn. Well, Soul Assassin just said a cat leaving a dead animal on your porch is a way of questioning your manhood. That's severe. That is, I don't know. Chad, have you had your manhood questioned by a cat?
I mean, that's just what Slender was saying, that they're trying to say you can't handle providing for your family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're evil little animals. I remember an Animal Planet countdown of like the most deadly, like not deadly, but the most killer cats, like of all the different breeds. It was like, lions, jaguars. This number one was the house cat because they killed for pleasure. They had absolutely no hunting need for it, and they were still absolutely like killing things every chance they got just because they wanted to. It's like that sticks with you, man. Like when you think about it, it's like I'm putting an animal in my house that has pure joy feelings from murdering other animals.
Right.
That it doesn't eat them. It just like uses them for toys and then gets rid of them. It's like that's like killer whale behavior when you ever watch those nature specials and they start just playing with the seals they're gonna kill. It's not, nature's not nice, and cats are at the top of the not nice list. Domesticated house cats being number one.
Gotcha. Tina, I didn't think the cats look down at you. Are cats looking down at us?
I don't know. I mean, my grandmother honestly thought that it was, the cat being nice. So, but we've never owned cats like in a house because my mother and myself and one of my sisters are very allergic to cats. So I don't know much about them other than they make me sneeze and can't breathe.
Rick Mago said when the SHTF dogs will protect the family to death, and
when
cat
the shit hits the fan.
Oh, thank you. I can't do acronyms. Dogs will protect the family to death, and the cat will usually wander off, leaving them to their fate. You think it's like that? Would a cat even have gotten in the driver's seat?
The cat in the zombie apocalypse is the animal version of I don't have to outrun the zombies, I just have to outrun you. They're gonna like leave you behind. It'll be peace out. It was good for those 5-10 years you took care of me for every day, but you mean nothing to me. I'm out.
I respect that. I respect that cats can make the tough calls.
Right. You're right. It's a difficult thing to do, because maybe that cat will be able to help more people in the future.
All right. So I don't know if you saw like the movie Hachi from a few years ago. It's based on a famous Japanese story, like true story, where this dog, the dog walked to the train station every day with its master, and then the master had a brain aneurysm while he was teaching at college and died. And for the rest of the dog's life, for like 10 more years, it would walk every day to the train station and wait for the end of the day when the guy was supposed to come home. And then it would just and to the point where they built a little statue of this dog, and God knows, you know what? You've never heard a cat story like that, have you? Nope.
No. You're right.
Yeah, but we've never heard a cat story like that because bigots like you, little Chad, would never tell that story. Fucking mainstream media ignores the cats so that they can tell the dog stories.
Are you going to say that I'm Alex Jonesing like over here to like?
You are Alex Jonesing the fuck out of this.
Putting on like telling you, man, because cats are evil little bastards, and they don't need to be around. Whatever, man. They might look cute as kittens, and then they get nope. Sorry.
Right.
You hit something I'm super passionate about here, which is not letting a cat anywhere near people, which should be.
Zach, there's a lot of cat hate going on. How do you feel about that? We have to ask you, my scholarly friend. Let me know. Soul Assassin said there's a similar dog story in Europe of a dog visiting a grave that's master for years. and it has a statue too, and that's a loyal animal.
Oh, I've seen that before for fallen police officers or fallen veterans. That they show the pictures of these huge German shepherds just laying right on top of the gravesite, and it's heartbreaking.
Riff Mago says, a little chat, if you were Alex Jones, your channel would be Cat Planet.
No, you got to pop up the one-man show chat, because I'm going to comment on that one.
There you go.
Which is yes, of course, your cat videos are popular because the idea of cats being nice and doing something entertaining that is loving is so crazy. It just gets views. It just does it. It's so out of the realm of what you're going to see in regular real world life. So,
what you're saying is that cat is like the exception to the rule. That's the one.
Well, exactly. And what was the most famous internet cat? Grumpy Cat. Yeah, because the cat's not happy with anything, So that's what I'm saying. Like, look at our animated and comic strip cats. You got like Garfield. Garfield is famous for having absolutely no affection for his owner. Or anything. I mean, come on.
Eating.
I mean, there's truth in that. There is 100% truth in that right there. So.
I mean, well, to go back to Grumpy Cat, he actually had a medical condition that made him look that way. He wasn't actually angry all the time.
The medical condition was called being born a cat.
More people like drama. I think that's why cat videos get more attention. That people like drama. They like seeing fights. Jedi Cat was funny though. You see Jedi Cat? Anybody?
I've seen Jedi Cat.
Yeah.
Is this like a Kathleen Kennedy thing? Because that sounds about right.
No.
No, Kathleen Kennedy does not have the talent to create something like Jedi Cat.
No, and it would have had some kind of messaging in it. The cat would have been, a boy cat that thought it was a girl cat. It would have been something, just some kind of messaging.
Oh, so the cat was drinking Bud Light.
Yeah. Yes. Y'all do Miller Lite. Did you guys see the Miller Lite commercial? Them doubling down on this shit.
Why that even got released? I was telling my wife about it yesterday, and I showed it to her, and she's like, "Well, that doesn't seem as bad as Bud Light." And I was like, "It's not maybe as bad, but it's almost more retarded because they saw what happened with Bud Light. There was actually time to hold off on releasing this thing,
right?
Where they could have said." Oh, go ahead.
I read that it came out 2 weeks before the Bud Light commercial.
Oh, no.
It just flew under the radar. Interesting. Huh?
It is interesting. I guess we see different companies when they kind of mimic each other. They have spies in each other's companies, and so when I guess one went woke, the other was like, all right, we're going to try and outwoke that one.
I wish it would stop because it's causing kind of there's like a tertiary effect that is ruining my day. In that since nobody is drinking Anheuser-Busch products anymore, I can't get Yingling.
What? Whoa, Yingling.
No, as in it's selling out because everyone's buying it. Because
everyone's buying my beer.
Well, that's my beer too. I feel your pain. Real quick.
I was going to say, it makes me think of that old, the Annie Get Your Gun song, like with anything you can do, I can do better, except it's like anything woke you can do, I can do woker. Like, I can be woker than anything you do. It's like somebody should do a dueling song for the beer companies trying like do with the hold my beer meme.
I mean, but to be true, real quick, Mr. Grant Greggy, thank you so much. Member for 14 months. He said, because Sporking's not here. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate you, dude. Links in the Wednesday chat if you got time. Riff Magos, member for 6 months. He says, Cat would be the feline Palpatine. Yeah. It was Palpatine's grandcatty or Cat's granddaughter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Well, which ones? But at least in Miller Lite, they're real women, even if they're like hating on sexy girls. It was a comedian. Forgive me, I can't remember her name. The comedian is like highlighting in this commercial, and I was watching a video earlier where, like in this video, they're talking out or speaking in the commercial. They're speaking out against women being displayed. Like in bikinis and so forth to sell beer. So that's the angle that's coming, is like that feminist garbage. And then the comedian herself, though, has several times been nude or used like sexual outfits in order to promote her material or the Democratic Party or like politics. whatever. So
well, and the other someone else, I forget which YouTuber was pointing it out. They were talking about it, how the Miller Lite people blurred out the faces of the models, for all the old promotional pictures they had. And the reason they did that was so they didn't have to pay them for using their likeness. So they're giving all this lip service to trying to be pro-woman, but they made sure they didn't have to pay any of those women who had been in those advertising campaigns.
Honestly, there are things I think about the Bud Light ad campaign that are worse, and then there are things I think that the Miller Lite ad campaign has worse. However, they did that thing where the Miller Lite commercial almost feels like the first shift of the goalpost, because they were talking about how women have been around brewing beer since as long as men have, and it's like, yeah, that's where you start. And in 2 years, you're going to tell us that women invented alcohol, and that men had nothing to do with anything in the process whatsoever.
Wait, hold on, Slender. I thought we weren't able to answer what a woman was, so how can we know that women were around brewing beer?
Listen, I know what a woman is. I fancy myself a biologist, I guess.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad. I don't see your pronouns, though, buddy. I'm not sure.
Oh, you want to play this game?
No, I don't. Not at all. Tina, what do you think of this? The controversy between Bud Light and Miller Lite and the commercials that they're using, like, as a you're a woman, so.
I think that were it not for the Bud Light commercial, I would have thought the Miller Lite commercial was funny.
Really?
Because they just talked about turning bad shit into good shit. And I just thought the whole analogy there was hysterical.
That is funny.
So, I mean, and even Mr. Bojan, laughed at the commercial, but we both agreed that obviously, because of the Dove commercials coming out and the Bud Light, that it unfortunately was taken more offensively than it may have been intended. I don't know. But.
You might be right, because everybody's kind of been on the defense or offensive defense, waiting for this movies, TVs, commercials, this type of like woke stuff to come out so that it can be confronted, which is good, and I think we need that. It's one of the best things to come out of this indie sphere. But I think there's a certain level of maybe clickbaiting, and not just from YouTubers, but from anyone who's like, oh my God, look at controversy. There's been a few times in the last year where I just looked at something that was being talked about and said, that's not really that bad. I don't think, or it's being taken the wrong way.
I get where you're going, but at the same time, it's one of those things where there's benefit of the doubt, and then there's getting kneed in the balls for 10 years straight, and then and be like, oh, I guess they really didn't mean it to this time. It was just kind of in it. No, they were. This is one of those things where it's not as bad maybe as having Little Miss Adam's apple drinking your beer. But at the same time, it's almost a little worse, because and this is something that came up with my wife when she was talking, the same thing, where she was like, oh, that doesn't seem as bad. And I was like, well, the reason it's bad is because what you're doing is as bad as Dylan Mulvaney was, Dylan Mulvaney and in what they did with that little promotion, at no point did Dylan actually look in the camera and say, hey, people who've been drinking my beer for 50 years, you guys are pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
The implied message of the Miller Lite one was everybody who enjoyed the beer and enjoyed the ad campaigns as we did them up until 5 years ago is pieces of shit. And they actually said it enough times that I think it was pretty clear that was the implied message. So when you're actually calling your audience and your core beer buying demographic pieces of shit, I think it's worse. And so that's, to me, I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt on this one, because this was calculated and knowingly aimed at the people who were buying their beer and consuming it.
And honestly, what's the fucking point? Like, if you look at studies on this, right? 75% of women don't even like beer.
Which is a damn shame. I'm a Chicago Polak, and I drank beer. There's pictures of me 6 months old with a beer can in my hand. It was a good can of hams too on top of it. So,
but like
you weren't rocking PBR over there?
No.
Demographic specifically, because only 25% of women even consider beer like one of their options for an alcoholic beverage. Most women like mixed drinks or wine.
Can we be honest also, the people who are going to most enjoy this ad campaign, if they're buying a beer, are buying some kind of microbrew that's got some kind of fancy flavoring to it. Miller Lite, Bud Light are cheap over the, like cheap in the grocery store beers to be bought to drink in mass consumption. It's the reason it's a frat boy beer is because frats will buy it in large quantities because it's cheap and they want to get lots of beer for the lowest amount of money and just get hammered. Or that's why it's at tailgating. That's why you get it for when guys are coming in mass to your house for a football game. Because if you're like, oh, I need to make sure everybody can have enough beer, I'm not going to be spending $400 to get like the local brewery beer. I'm going to get previously maybe some Bud Light or Miller Lite to have, and maybe mix in, some, other Yingling or something like that. But that's your group. That's your audience. And I get what, this is the same. It's weird because it also ties right into Star Wars and Lucasfilm. Your core audience, and there's nothing wrong with having a core audience with your product, is male. It is a male demographic that drives the purchasing and of that product. And they bring in these new marketing people because they're like, we need to grow our brand. No, you protect your core bottom line. And then you can do concurrent advertising campaigns to appeal to other groups. The one I think of is like, because I had worked there, was Geico. And when Geico was running multiple ad campaigns, they were aimed at completely different audiences. They had like if people remember, they had the ad campaign where it had like the celebrity testimonials, and the celebrities they got were always very, were older celebrities like Little Richard or these, because it was aimed at an older demographic to make them laugh and enjoy it. And then they had the caveman commercials, which were aimed at hipsters. And neither one of them like shat on the other audience. They were just completely concurrent and different ad campaigns. None of these marketing people are smart enough apparently to run a separate ad campaign aimed at a different demographic. The only thing they know is to do the Gillette where they're just tearing down their core audience. And like they were, I think, the first one I remember that did that, where, instead of the best a man can get, it was like, men are shit. Stop, be a better dude. And then you can use our razors.
I stopped using Gillette at that point. But do you think that goes? I know where your head's at with this. Is that more about messaging over content? Projecting. So we're going to create this because we know that this demographic doesn't understand this topic, and we're going to use it to beat them over the head.
I think it's because the colleges that are pumping these people out are turning them into little Maoist, people who have to go out there and make you do a struggle session. So they think struggle sessions are also marketing, instead of actually like, there's no, if you go back to Mad Men, there's no guys who are just doing advertising to sell the product. They're doing messages that are tied to a product. And that's where I think, and that's what they're getting trained in their marketing schools for ESG and all this other it's all the same bullshit. And it's training them to be, to look at, I'm the chief of marketing for Bud Light. What have I got? I have a platform for change. And it's like, no, you have a platform to sell goddamn beer. That is your job. Your job is to make people want to buy your beer. So put some girls in bikinis, have them dancing around, and make guys want to have a good time because your beer will give them that. Yeah. Or if you want to appeal to women, put hot looking guys in, you get Jason Momoa circa first season of Game of Thrones out there to sell your beer. That's how you could get some more women in there.
Bring them both together and have a beach party.
There you go.
You got volleyball being played by guys who are like, just wearing nothing but their trunks, and girls in bikinis running around like beach party.
I said little Chad. I said little, not me, little Chad.
That's awesome. Legion of Beamers. Good job. Good job.
Sherry, what are you doing? Goddamn. Yeah. Oh, you finally. I heard you finally looked. That's not me. I said little Chad. Sherry. Damn it. No, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Guys, what do you think? 15 years ago, let's say back in the 90s or late 90s. If they did something like this and I think that, well, not in the vein that it was, but if they used a transgender,
Like superimpose your
or
face
whatever.
onto a cat, or are we still?
No, I'm talking about
beer?
the beer commercial. God,
Oh, okay. I got distracted.
No, that's what are you getting distracted? Wait, Slender, what's going on? You okay? His Lord, His Majesty, may
I mean, it's if you look at the picture, it's a nice looking pussy, and it's sitting in your lap. So,
that's not me. What? I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I can't even think. Damn it. No, but if they did this back in the 90s, I think it would have been done like as a comedy, as like to make you laugh, like the commercial that Tina thought was funny. The Miller Lite commercial. If you had done this back then, I don't think anyone would have taken it like it would have been looked at as comedy. I don't think anyone would have taken it seriously because the topic wasn't even on the radar in the general public at that time. And you had like Tu Wong Fu, you had like cross-dressing movies, bits like that were okay. Some were made to devalue the actor themselves, but I mean, in the context of the time, you just look at it, and it was like, oh my god, that's absurd. That's absurdly funny. And today, it's messaging. Do you think there would have been a difference in the way that those commercials may have been done in the past, like in 15 years ago? Nothing, Lil Chad?
I mean, even I don't know. Like,
if you took the messaging out, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, marketing is one of the things that is the most data was previously one of the most data-driven business, areas. Like you knew exactly how to reach X
more
group.
than any other industry, they know what works.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what's crazy about this. They know exactly what works. Like, hot women sells to every market, which is weird to say, but attractive women sell to women and they sell to men. And that's because women see the attractive woman and kind of want to be that attractive woman, and men want to be that, be with the attractive woman. And then, you can start going down from there, and how you tailor the message, like whether if it's a beer thing, you might go bikini just to go drive male sales. If it's trying to be, cross marketing, you're going to have a woman who's attractive, but put her in a different outfit so that it's not a judgy kind of thing. There's marketing. I used to do marketing for my business, and you can drill down and get like, you say, I want to reach 18, because I used to do this for the business I ran. The market I was trying to reach was 20 to 45-year-old females, because they did the decision making for the business I ran. And we worked with marketing people. We knew exactly, like, put your ads on Lifetime, Bravo, E! Entertainment Television, and it's like they knew exactly which cable channels reached these demographics. There wasn't any debate about what's a woman and gender this and gender that. It was like, oh, you want to reach those? These are the channels. This is the kind of ad you want to do. And when I did it, my numbers went through the roof with new customers. Marketing worked. Everybody knew how to do marketing for a long time. And then you got people who were agenda driven instead of data driven, and they changed everything because the ads weren't designed to be fun stuff that got you to buy things anymore. They were designed to push a message. Like that Miller Lite campaign isn't getting, it's a message campaign. And that's usually something you see in politics. Like I have a degree in political science, and I can tell you these ads have more in common with political ads and what you usually do for a political ad than anything for just a consumer product, which is really weird. They are doing ads that mirror how you would do a messaging campaign for a political, candidate, or cause, not a product that you're trying to get people to sell.
Do you think it has something to do with like the way that programming the public, as far as how they seam the message together?
I think it's a combination that number one, they want to, Kylo Ren, and kill the past,
right,
with the customers that are existing. But remember, bear in mind, they're coming out of a echo chamber in the colleges. Like they go through, get indoctrinated at the college, and if they have an advanced degree where they have a master's or a PhD, God forbid, they have gotten 6 to 8 years of indoctrination, hardcore indoctrination in these labs to be impervious to any of this stuff. So they take their echo chamber and they go into these, companies, and then they hire all the people around them who share their ideas. And then they create, so there's no one to, like, when they say, with the Bud Light, like, shouldn't someone have realized this was a bad idea? No one in that like floor or in that conference room would have said it's a bad idea, because they all agree and they all think exactly the same.
Right.
So that's what's happening. It's partial. I think it's less programming the public on purpose than this is just how they think it has to be done.
That's scary. That really is. I think it's even more scary than a concentrated attack on people's opinions and perceptions. Real quick, I just want to say hi to Zax. What's up, Zax? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, Sherry. Thank you for that meme. I love it, baby. Thank you so much for being here. Soul Assassin, thank you for throwing out them links, guys. Please smash the like button, share out the link. Greatly appreciate you. Darren Gatewood, channel member, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Says they did it, and it was called Ladies Night. Excuse me. Let's move on. Anybody have any final thoughts on this before? This was like unintended. We didn't even plan on talking about
this. My final thought is, if they wanted to appeal the other group, I remember that Saturday Night Live sketch with Adam Sandler and Chris Farley for Schweppes Gay.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you would do that. I don't know if I'm the only one old enough to remember that. Maybe Tina, do you remember that from Saturday Night Live?
I do.
Yeah, so that's that's how you could appeal to another, because that was making fun of like the beer camp like ads of the time, but it also it would have worked for getting to that market. So people look it up after our show, the SNL commercial for Schweppes Gay.
If one of the mods could put a link out for that, I appreciate it. Thank you. Next up is Israeli arrest for leaking HBO's House of the Dragon season finale. Tina, what's going on here?
Crazy. But if you recall, before the episode came out, there were many people who knew the ending 2 days before it officially released. Mm-hmm. So the suspect who was arrested leaked the season finale of Game of Thrones spinoff that was House of the Dragon 2 days before it was released in October. A resident of a city I'm not even going to try to pronounce was arrested on Monday after he hacked into the servers of a satellite TV company and leaked the final episode of season 1 of HBO's House of the Dragon series a few months ago. Detectives from the cyber unit of the Central District of Israel Police opened an undercover investigation upon receiving a complaint from HBO regarding a suspect hacking into a satellite TV company's server and the distribution of the season finale on pirating sites. Oh, and of course, my screen refreshed right in the middle of that.
It's all good. At least it stayed up. All right, mine drops completely.
Exactly. So the season finale of Game of Thrones officially aired on October 23rd, 2 days before the release. Variety reported the season finale had been leaked online. We are well aware that the 10th episode has been posted on illegal torrent sites. It appears to have originated from a distribution partner in EMEA. And I never knew that. I just learned the other day that EMEA stands for Europe, the Middle East, and Africa.
I didn't even know that.
Anyway, yeah. Weird stuff you learn. HBO told Variety at the time, HBO's aggressively monitoring and pulling these copies from the internet. We're disappointed that this unlawful action has disrupted the viewing experience for loyal fans of the show, who will get to see a pristine version of the episode when it premieres on Sunday on HBO and HBO Max, where it will stream exclusively in 4K. The detectives use advanced technological measures and collected and analyzed findings on social media in order to catch the culprits. They also analyzed the name of the leaked file and the anonymous user who uploaded it, which included the name Bird, which turned out to be the name of the suspect's cat.
It was the cat, little Chad, the name of the cat.
See,
there you go.
It got this guy all jammed up for leaking illegal content.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, the cat did it. That's what happened.
Or worse, the cat told him to do it.
Yeah, the cat was the mastermind behind the whole thing.
The cat was really into Game of Thrones. He wanted to see Into the House of the Dragon.
Well,
really
I made this joke on the chat, but you're going after someone for leaking something when the entire story is already done in a book available on a Wikipedia search if you want. Like, this is like, oh my God, they ruined. Wait, everybody could know exactly what's going to happen. Like, spoiler, if you read, what is it? What's the history book called? Like, Blood and Fire or whatever.
Fire and Blood.
Fire and Blood. This is all covered. You'll know exactly how it's going to end eventually.
Hold on, little Chad. You are assuming that people read. You are assuming that there is a population out there who picks up a book.
Notice I said on Wikipedia, you can do a search and get the results that way too. I think it's HBO's being a little bit.
Yeah, but you're also assuming that the people that are consuming this actually know that books exist and they would know to look up the book. They don't. They're just. It's all TV. It's all the screen, man. I'm like.
Here's the thing: the people who are watching this on regular HBO, which is where they got a lot of their viewing numbers, aren't going on torrent sites. They're people like my elderly father who just watch it when it airs. So I don't know how much this is actually, damaging their viewing numbers.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Did they mention that in the article? Have we heard that?
It didn't mention in the article. The rest of it just talks about him being arrested and his equipment being seized, and then a bunch of viewing numbers of both House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly think it's the people who want to review the content but aren't getting sent the advanced copies to view. So they're trying to beat their other fellow YouTubers or people on giving their reviews on Twitter and things like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. They're serious. They're serious. They are going to arrest you. They are coming. HBO's coming after you. Do not pirate their stuff. Don't do it.
Exactly. And they will steal all your stuff. They took the storage devices, computers, and other equipment. Like what? Did they take his toaster because it was sitting too close to the laptop? I don't know, but
I'll bet you they left the cat.
The other thing is they're putting this stuff on a streaming service in 4K with all this. As soon as you put it live on a streaming service, I can guarantee you that Jack Sparrow is going to have access to the pristine copies for piracy, everywhere in the world. There's no way to lock down a streaming service because there's, not going to tell you exactly how, but if you use streaming, services, you can pull copies by live playing the content in them and then creating a file. So there's no way to stop it unless you actually don't put it on your streaming service. Like if that aired only on HBO, you might, there's a couple other steps where people might actually have to pull the file from their DVR and try to convert it or whatever. But once it's on what's HBO Max going to become? Max, in a couple weeks when they rebrand their streaming service. Once it's on there, or if it's on Disney Plus or Netflix, you're just putting it out there. So you might as well. The way you combat piracy is by making your service cost effective and not too expensive, and by just making it a better experience. Like you get like on HBO Max, actually, I think their app's really good for 4K and audio. It's one of the best apps for actually getting good picture quality and the Atmos sound and everything, if you've got a sound system that can handle it. So I don't know. I think they're they're doing exactly. You remember when Napster came out and Metallica and all those guys went nuts to try to we're gonna block grandma from downloading stuff. I remember I got a DMCA takedown from Roy Orbison's widow because I had Pretty Woman off the Napster service. So, and did that stop music from becoming a streaming commodity? No, it is what it is now. That's if you're going to go into streaming, you have to rethink your economics and stop doing it doesn't win you anything to take these guys and put them in jail. So I don't know. I get mad because it's like corporations just trying to take down people when they're not really. It was 2 days early. Whatever.
It's that corporations trying to take people down, like the Legion of Memers. There you go, boy. There you go, Chad. That's for you. I got the cat.
Yeah, I still don't want to drink Bud Light. Weird. This hasn't changed my mind.
It says real women drink Bud Light.
Wait, I thought that's a Dove commercial.
They're drinking Bud
Not
Light.
anymore.
It was funny. Somebody said this. I forget which YouTuber was saying it. I think it was earlier on the Midnight's Edge one where they're like, it makes sense for Dove to be into this ad campaign because, bigger women have to use more soap. So it helps them sell. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty smart.
That was quite on point.
Oh, thank you, Sari. That's gorgeous. That's glorious. You need to put that out there and tag him and be proud. Be proud of your work. Tag little chat in that. All right. Next up is there we go.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, we have GRR Martin's not a blog where he's talking all about the like capital italics bolded most important issue in the current writer strike is the so-called mini rooms the guild is hoping to abolish and the terrible impact they're having on writers at the start of their careers. I didn't know if you wanted to
Bullshit.
Well,
it's about the money.
Well, please go. I don't want to read his whole blog unless there's a part of it you want me to point out. Or
well, interestingly, this blog actually has it's the second one. If you go back to the day before, which is the 7th on that calendar.
Okie dokie. There we go.
That's the first one where he talks about how no one wanted this. And, you know, they negotiated right up until May 1st, which was the deadline. And then they had to go on strike on May 2nd. And I find this funny. I am not in LA, so I cannot walk a picket line as I did in 1988. No, it's got nothing to do
that fat fuck couldn't walk a picket line to save his goddamn life. And this is the biggest thing. Like, he is talking about like how he has been on strike for like 15 goddamn years from writing his book. Me and Slender hold on. Me and Slender looked it up when we were doing one of our shows, and this guy put the first Game of Thrones book out 1 year before goddamn Harry Potter's first book.
Yeah.
And Harry and J.K. Rowling, you know, whatever your feelings on her are, that woman kept on clockwork, and those books got long. By the last one, it was like 1,000 pages, and she got her story done.
If we scroll down a little here, we can actually see, he says in the parentheses, right there at the bottom there in the parentheses, some of you, fear, may be having anxiety attacks just now on the mistaken assumption that this strike affects Winds of Winter. You can relax. The WGA is a union of film and television writers. It has nothing to do with novels, short stories, or any other form of prose fiction, nor comic books and graphic novels, nor stage plays, nor the editing of collections and anthologies. I have ongoing projects in all those areas, and that work continues unabated. And Winds continues to be priority number 1.
That lying
bullshit.
It is, yeah, you know. All I can see now is that episode of South Park, was it the Black Friday trilogy, where they go to George R. R. Martin's house and he's like, I swear the pizza's coming. Hang on. They got the diabetic kid and he's like, oh, it's gonna be here when I order it. And they're like, you didn't even order it? It's been like 5 hours. Like, he lies constantly about doing this shit, and he's never gonna do it. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones and you want to see it end in a book, he's going to have to die, and whoever runs his estate is going to like get another ghostwriter to come in and finish it.
Yeah, they're going to have to translate it from the empty pizza box he wrote it on one night in a diabetic coma. Are you kidding me? Listen, what I interpret that as is oh, you dum-dums, my book is not a film, dum-dum. And it feels as though that's how he's writing Winds of Winter, because now he thinks his audience is dumb. Does that not come off very condescending? Yes. Like, okay, listen here, you little dummies.
Oh yeah, we go a little deeper in here too. And
he's like, gather round, you little frittatas. Let me tell you how the show works.
This is where he tells the truth. In the next paragraph, the details are there for those of you who are interested in going more deeply into the disputes. Needless to say, money is a big part of it. The move from broadcast and cable to streaming has severely impacted residuals for writers and directors and actors as well. Television seasons have been shrinking from 22 episodes on network to 13 on cable to 10 and now to 8 and 6. Since writers are often paid by the episode, that's hurt too. Writer incomes are down across the board. The details are in the news stories. Yeah,
You know
you know
what's-
why there's less episodes? Because you can't write something good enough to keep somebody for 22 fucking episodes.
Because like we saw in She-Hulk where they did that season finale where they went to the writer's room and there was like 10 people there. And so having 10 people in that writer's room didn't make anything that was worthwhile at all.
Yeah,
So
I think there was more than 10. Because there was
yeah,
not
were
even
a
standing
lot.
room.
Yeah, there was like a lot in that room, and only 2 of them were actors, the ones that they had say lines.
Well, and then to wrap the whole thing up at the end, he says, it could be a long fight, but with you on our side, we cannot lose. Here's the problem, George.
Sorry, not on your side.
I'm not on your side. I'm not. Like, one, if you work a regular corporate job, at the end of the year, when you go talk to your boss and you want that raise, you better be able to demonstrate that you've done a really good job this year. And with Phase 5 a shambles, Witcher Season 3 looking like it's going to be the end of The Witcher, Disney not able to make anything fucking original or interesting for the last decade, like nothing is working. Nothing is. What? Scooby-Doo? Oh, that Velma? That was awesome. Everybody fucking loved Velma. Witcher Blood Origin. You haven't written anything worth watching. Your product is shit. You don't have a shitty year and then go to the boss and go, hey, I need a bigger raise. I know I sucked this year, but if you give me more money, I could do better. No. Sorry. You had a shitty year. You're not negotiating from a position of strength. And executives in Hollywood, I got some advice for you. Go on Amazon and just read some of the fucking indie stuff out there, because there are so many millions of writers that want that chance. Fuck these assholes who are on strike. They had their chance and they fucked it up, and now they're throwing a tantrum about it. There are millions of writers out there that are just waiting for their opportunity, and I guarantee you they can write better than this.
Tell them, brother.
Well, you got to watch out because they're watching who the scab is. Did you see Will Wheaton sent out like a threat against Ken Jennings for hosting Jeopardy during the writer's strike?
Will Wheaton, anytime, any day he wants, can come and challenge me to any kind of fight. I will leave him as a red paste on the pavement.
It's hilarious because he was talking tough. I don't know if you guys. He basically sent a tweet out where he was like, "Ken Jennings, we're gonna remember what you did even long after this." I was like, "You sound like a mob guy." Like he's like,
Will Wheaton is one of the most pathetic human beings on the face of the earth.
Will Wheaton is threatening. All right, if he threatened you,
Pronounce it right. It's Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Right.
Will
Wheaton. Say Will. Say Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton seems nice. Shut up, Wesley. You'll get nothing and like it.
Like this whole writer's strike, like, and it's amazing to me. You know, they voted 97% unanimous to go on strike.
Really?
97% of the writers in Hollywood were
only
on
3% were actually getting work. So it's like, you know, it's like George R.R. Martin saying he's on strike. He wasn't actually doing anything. So,
but like the numbers are staggering. Like there's like, I think 11,000 writers, or maybe there's 11,000 shows with 20,000 writers or something. But either way, huge number of writers. But like they issue 100 million ISBNs a year. Those are like basically the serial number for each book that somebody writes and attempts to publish.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are in that particular industry, which is interesting because it's one of the industries where you'd think this wouldn't happen. It's the 80-20 rule. 20% of the writers control 80% of the fucking industry. And like, there's no reason. There's just none. And clearly they're not the most talented. They're not the most qualified. Yes, ISBN. That's what I said. Kai was correcting me in the chat.
Okay.
But yeah, clearly, like, there are other people out there who can write. They can tell good stories and they want a chance. Like, these guys are going to go on their strike. I say just cut them loose. Because after a year of being on strike and seeing new writers come in that are actually producing good shows that people want to see, they're going to be kicking themselves because they were living the fucking dream. Anyone who likes to write, who loves writing, who wants to tell stories, they want that chance. And these fucking uppity shits have it and are saying it's not good enough.
Well, they're not. They're going to protect the system. They're going to protect each other. I was talking to Script God months ago about this. You know, why some people stay in power, and it's all about your legacy. It's all about who you know or your reputation. It's not about the quality of your work.
No.
These writers are all going to protect one another, and that's why. Like, it's real. I always say it. It's important to support independent creators, independent writers out there. Got Kai out here. Kai's got a book out. Independent creator. Guys, can we get a link to Kai's book out there? Appreciate that. You're right. There's a lot of talented writers, authors out that can do a way better job than what we're getting, than what we're being fed, which is completely subpar. They've gotten so comfortable and so used to. And they're more about their talking points to one another than they are entertaining us. And we see that in our commercials. We see it in film and TV. We need imagination back. There's good writers out there, good comic artists like Red Gaze, Nerium Nova, Chris Fisk. Go check out some of their work. Check out Kai's book. Check out any of the other independents that are in this indie sphere of ours.
Bodega Outlaw. You can get
Bodega
fantasy or you can get sci-fi. He's got 2 sets of books, both excellent.
Absolutely.
Well, and you know they've crossed the Rubicon relatively recently for most of them, but you know they've kind of crossed that Rubicon and they're completely out of touch and they need to be just uprooted and removed when they start saying that the audience is wrong, that the audience doesn't know what constitutes quality entertainment. Like, no, the audience is the metric by which you measure your success. If the audience tells you it sucks, you failed.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, you can't always rely on the audience. Like, YouTube's a great example. As the YouTuber's YouTuber, I can tell you that subscriber number and view numbers do not equate to quality or to greatness. Because if it did, I would be bigger than PewDiePie. Clearly.
Can we please get that hashtag out there with Matt's channel bigger than PewDiePie? Thank you.
if it was based on quality.
I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but Mad is right, because for as many average viewers there's a me who's gonna love a lot of the shit that you guys don't like.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot to include you. You just fucked up my whole thing.
But that's another one of the Writers Guild's complaints. They're talking about how with the advent of streaming, all these YouTubers are making all this fucking money. And it's like, yeah, because people want to watch their content. Quality aside, people want to watch their content. So once again, we go back to, well, what's the metric for success? They're making money.
I'd love to get a part of the money that all these YouTubers seem to be making. I don't
want the money. I just think more people deserve to see my content.
I mean, if people don't go and watch Mad's favorite things on that Ethernet cable, which I watch, and it cracks me up every time.
Oh, I have an idea for a new one. I'll give it away. Nobody's watching. Because Tina, didn't you comment about what my favorite toilet paper is?
Yep.
Okay. Well, so the new one is going to be about my favorite toilet paper is a bidet. I don't have a bidet, but what I do have is this. It is a little water pistol that I use instead. And I go into how
I'm giving it away, man.
Okay, well, there's nothing people watching, but and then I kind of snip it at the end because it's close to my nose when I'm talking. I'm like, oh, make sure that you watch them, and make sure you buy a dishwasher safe water gun.
I mean, which one's cleaner, paper or shooting water up your ass? What do you think, man?
But not up your ass. You don't go inside. You're not sticking the barrel in there.
I don't understand. It's like a hose at the bottom.
It's not a branch.
We talked about this. It's more like a water fountain instead of a super soaker.
Oh, okay. It's soft. So it's a soft spray.
It's soft.
You bring up the next article. Slender, anything you wanted to add on or finish out with this?
No, I realized I already got pretty heated about the whole thing because, like I said, I just these privileged little shits. Like,
Well, George R. R. Martin
The
is not a
only
little
thing
shit.
preventing a bunch of good storytellers and writers out there is groups like this that monopolize the space, and then they drive down the quality while raising their demands.
They're all crabs in a bucket pulling down the people trying.
They're disgusting. I honestly hope that the Hollywood execs at some point go, fine, fuck you, and just start hiring independents.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's an important. I know culture is really invested in that and wanting to see this indie sphere. You know, people, independence being promoted. I wanted to come out with a website years ago that promoted everybody across the board. Never had a chance to build it, but I think it's a worthwhile endeavor for anybody out there who has the time. You know, create links for independent works and help this thing grow. There's a lot of really talented writers out there don't get enough shine, and artists, creators. And please subscribe to Mad because he is the greatest of all time. He has said this. This is what it is. Hashtag bigger than PewDiePie out there. Thank you very much. Tina, what are we looking at?
We are looking at my Marvel moment. I'm not going to read the whole article to you. I just find it very interesting that Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, is going to die.
Oh no, what happened?
Yes, in an upcoming edition of The Amazing Spider-Man. There we go.
Issue 26. Yeah. All right. So
true. But issue 26. However, and funny thing is, Entertainment Weekly is going to have an entire special edition. Fallen Friend: The Death of Ms. Marvel. They are doing this before the Marvels movie comes out in November.
Why is there a video of like two dudes kissing playing on this article? Like
that was what I was wondering too.
Well, that's actually a commercial because it's really a 5-minute video with a dude from Entertainment Weekly talking about, you know, the cultural impact of you know, Kamala Khan, the first Pakistani superhero who's going to be killed off, and how horrible that is, because they're
going to kill her off for about 3 months until they bring her back and they line up her power set with the movies and TV shows, because right now she was an Inhuman who has the power to alter her body shape. Generally embiggening her fists is what she says, like embiggen, you know, like she makes a giant fist. It's a very unattractive superhero power. And in the TV show they gave her basically like Green Lantern style, like light projection power set based on a little bangle she wears. Okay. So I think they're going to kill her off and then bring her back and like link that up, because even though they didn't do it with any other superhero to make, you know, because it makes sense to make sure your comic aligns with your movie, Kamala Khan, they will, because she's that important to their message.
And they're also going to link her bangle to the 10 rings.
Yeah,
and they're all going to have some type of an alien, otherworldly origin.
I mean,
yeah, because anyone gave a shit about those 10 rings.
So, yeah, as bad as what, yeah. So they're using the Kamala Khan death, I think, to also drum up publicity for this Amazing Spider-Man run has been terrible. It is deconstructed. You think so? Not to go comic book nerd too much, but 20 years ago now, they did a storyline called One More Day, where Spider-Man makes a deal with the devil and it erased his marriage to Mary Jane. And so they haven't been together since then. And it's pissed off Spider-Man fans for that entire time. Everybody likes, you know, Spider-Man and Mary Jane is like the end game, right? Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And so now in this new storyline, Spider-Man was finally starting to get back with Mary Jane and they were going to get back together. And then she ends up trapped in a different plane of existence where time moves differently. And she ends up with another dude and has 2 kids now.
Oh my God.
And she totally just like tells Spider-Man to fuck off. And it's like, no one's happy. This run is like, I don't know if people who collect comic books remember this.
Isn't that what happened in Ant-Man too? Like, is that their new running theme? We're going to take away the girl and we're going to have her fuck some other dude?
No. Well, yeah. But when Tom King was writing Batman, he had a big build up to when he was going to have Batman marry Catwoman, and then he had Catwoman like just bitch out and Bruce Wayne and leave him at the altar and tell him he was like a loser, and Bruce Wayne like cried about how he was just a terrible broken man. It was like, oh, that's the kind of Batman I want to see. And and it just fans like it cratered Batman sales, and it almost
I'm not
crushed the
wearing a
character.
tuxedo. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And so that's what they're doing now with Spider-Man, and it's so terrible. And so it's weird to say that the Kamala Khan death is the least stupid thing going on in this comic, even though it is
I
stupid.
think that's the best
She's
idea
not
they've
dead.
had.
She's just sleeping.
Well, if it's like Superman when he died, he's going into a Kryptonian healing slumber.
When I lay down, I go to sleep, I die, and then I wake up, usually with a boner. I call it my bat. I call it my bat signal.
Oh my god.
Dr. Fishing, no.
Oh,
Do y'all even know?
Those videos were great, college
Oh.
humor ones.
I have a highlight just to give people a taste. I don't know if you guys have ever
right.
seen it. Yeah, okay. Let me just bring it up, man. Here we go. Oh, that was quick.
Right.
Brian,
Batman, look out!
Like you had that prepared.
Yeah.
Dark Knight, the last remaining beacon of morality in the shadows of this town.
Wait, what was that?
What?
You just said you don't kill.
Yeah, I know. It's like my one rule.
Yeah, Batman, why don't you look at the guy there?
He's asleep.
No, wait, what?
Oh, I see what's happening. You guys don't know this, but when criminals fight me, it's exhausting because I'm good. So they often have to nap afterwards.
Batman, you have to know what... I mean, your parents were shot and killed.
My parents were shot, yes, but they're alive on a special farm.
Oh, boy, they're on a farm.
They're on a special happy farm where they make buttermilk. They romp and play. There's a hammock made of dreams.
Wow, I can't even...
They write me emails.
Let me try, okay? Please. Batman, what do you have on your wrists?
I'm not wearing hockey pads. Wait, but my fish, he went to sleep and we flushed him down the toilet. He's in the ocean right now. He's alive.
No, he's dead.
Dr. Fishy! No!
What happened to no guns?
This is a gun?
Anyway, yeah, Pete Holmes, man. It's some of the best shit.
Oh, Tina, could you get we have
Fucking
one more?
hilarious.
Yes. Let me. So sorry about that. Hold on.
Dude, I love that clip. That is
Dude,
award-winning
that's
comedy.
just the highlights from one of the videos. He has several videos where he's Batman, and they're amazing. There's some.
I'm gonna analyze this with science.
Yeah.
There are some really good ones.
I'm so good because I do the alphabet. A is for Alfred.
How long has he been doing that for, man?
He did it. This was years ago, man. This was on College Humor when that was a thing.
Yeah, it was really big when the Dark Knight trilogy movies were coming out.
Okay. That makes sense. Although that is a timeless bit. Like that's you can see any one of the Nolan films and just appreciate that comedy. Well done, man. All right, Tina, take it away.
All right. Well, since you guys indulged me with the Marvel moment,
What the
to
fuck is
balance it out,
happening?
we got a DC moment. So the rumored James Gunn Superman Legacy cast options sound like a strong start, according to this Forbes article.
Yeah, the fuck they do.
Am I supposed to know who either one of those people are?
Yes.
I was hoping there was going to be like something down
I
here
don't
to say
know
who
who
they
either
were.
of them is, but I'll tell you the guy on the left doesn't look like Superman.
Okay, this
I can kinda see
is
it.
David Corenswet and Lily
Who?
Reinhart. David Corenswet.
Is Lily
and-
Reinhart's from the Riverdale show, right?
Wait, his name is Corn Sweat?
Corenswet. I don't
Oh,
think I know if I'm pronouncing it.
So wait, hold on. Corn and Sweat.
Yeah.
So like when he eats
Sure.
corn on the cob, he gets all sweaty because he's putting so much work in. Like,
Yeah, sure.
dude, change your name.
Corn,
Like, you could-
right?
that's got to be like an actor name, right? You could have picked anything. You
I'm
could've
sorry.
been
You
like-
think he picked that name? Is that his stage name? I got it. Corn Sweat. Oh, that's perfect.
Sweat. They're going to remember you. Name and lights.
So rumor has it, David Cornsweat, Nicholas Holt, and Jacob Elordi.
Hold on. That's Samara Weaving, and she's.
Oh, I like Samara Weaving.
Yeah, she's okay. She's good.
I don't think that's Samara Weaving.
No, this is Emma Mackey.
No, because look, it says Samara Weaving.
Right, but the picture is Emma Mackey.
All right, well, I just saw Samara Weaving's name. She should be in more stuff because
absolutely.
If you haven't seen Ready or Not, that movie is amazing.
Love it. You know what else is also good on Netflix? She has a movie called The Babysitter.
Babysitter, yeah.
It is really good.
Yeah, the sequel's not as good, but the first one was pretty funny.
She has such a great scream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because normally for scream queens back in the day, you had to have a good scream. She has a really good scream. I realize now how creepy that sounds when I say it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. I didn't want to cut you off.
Staying out of this one.
See, I think it's interesting that they list Rachel Brosnahan. I always pronounce her name wrong. I think she would be a great person to have a Lois Lane like Margot Kidder. The problem is she's in her early 30s.
Gross.
And everybody else is in their 20s that they're looking to cast. So.
Yeah, I thought the whole point of getting rid of one of the, the big stars was that they were going for a younger generation.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Wasn't there a middle-aged chick on 90210?
Samara Weaving is in her 30s now, early 30s.
Yeah.
Oh, is she really? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was born in 92, which it's weird to think that 92 is now 30s, but it is. So, yeah.
Yes.
And it's weird to think that it even fucking matters considering all the de-aging technology that they have in CG at this point.
I mean, it never stopped every teen movie in the 90s and 80s.
That's what Not Another Teen Movie got that one great when they were doing that. But I saw
how insensitive that was, because like when I finally got to high school, I felt like I looked really young because I had watched so many of those movies, and I'm like, I don't look anything like those guys. My arms are all twiggy. I don't have any muscles.
I mean, it's not like Luke Perry was a bodybuilder. I mean,
well, I think if you look at a high school swim team, and my son's been coaching for years, and prior to that, both boys were on the swim team, and it's hysterical because they have these 14, almost 15-year-old boys that are maybe 90 pounds soaking wet, and they have them swim against these 18-year-old Adonises that I'm like, I can't be looking at them because it's not quite legal.
But it's okay, Tina. The 14-year-old boys can become
if they're
girls
18,
now, and they can
legal.
Win. Oh, we went for two different directions with the joke. I was going for the lead.
I was just going to let her finish because she was writing her own.
Yeah, I was trying to keep Tina out of jail. So,
Tina's not in threat of jail. That's 18. Go ahead, Tina. 18,
Tina, but 17 will get you 20.
That's true. 17 will get you 20. And I try not to look at the 18-year-olds, to be honest. I try not to look at anyone who's younger than my children.
Yeah.
Just to make it safe. They're 21 and 23, so I'm kind of doing okay.
So 24-year-olds, you're checking them out. That's totally
damn
cool.
Straight.
Okay, just making sure.
That's the relationship I've had with my husband since day one. It is my job to point out any girl that looks hot, but I have to make sure she looks at least 18 before I point her out. And every once in a while, Jim will check on, girl over in the red bikini. I'm like, what about her? Girl in the red bikini. It's okay. She's legal. All right. Oh my God, is she so fucking hot? And he'll just go off on her.
I'd like to reaffirm. Soul says that Mr. Bojan is our spirit animal. Thank you, sir.
I'd like to reaffirm that I don't think my marriage functions in any way like.
I don't think I've ever heard of another one.
Yeah. Let me go to my wife and be like, Hey, sweetie, can you make sure you tell me when the legal girls who are hotter are around? I'm sure that would go over brilliant.
It's such a double shot because one, you're like, hey, let me know if I miss a hot chick I need to check out. Two, make sure they're of legal age.
Don't get me in trouble like pointing out like this filter.
Again, the priority is hot. Second to that, age.
Yes. Are we missing something here?
And
Like,
if
should
you
we
want to make
maybe-
sure this marriage is going to work, you don't let those don't let those slide, Tina. You got to. This is your job. This is your number one job, lady. This is like
I'm
it's in
handling
our.
all my responsibilities. You've got one thing you got to do.
That was a
You're
really
the spotter, damn it.
That was a really awkward moment at the wedding when that was in the vows. And it was like, I swear, I promise to love, honor, and obey, and make sure I point out the legal young
Legal
ladies.
I swear to.
But you forgot about the other one that, I promise if I ever get with a woman, there'll be a videotape. That was the third vow.
I mean, did you also promise to always Windex the mirrors on his shoes? What's
Kai says Cougars appreciate the
minute, but I
priorities,
get it.
hotness, and age, and just putting that out there. Thank you, Kai. Appreciate you. Sorry, Slender, what were you saying, brother?
Oh no, the Windexing the mirrors on the shoes. I was like, I went to military, and I'm like, well, yeah, you want to have a good shine on your shoes, like.
And then it finally clicked.
I was like, oh no, mirrors! Like you slide them under the skirt. I got it.
Well, there's an old play that's like titled "Black Patent Leather Shoes Reflect Up and Shiny White Pearls Reflect Down" or something. It's like a really long name for a play.
what?
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. Well,
Was this like an off Broadway thing?
I don't know if it's ever been on Broadway, but I know I read the play in high school.
wow. That I think you should rather be. I think it would be better if you would have read. Man, what's that gay book?
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
Aren't there a lot of those?
Well, yeah, but the one
I don't know
the
what gay
teacher
literature
just got kicked out, or got the parents called the cops on her for letting the kids read it.
What?
Oh, I thought it was for watching the
Oh, yeah,
Small
you're
World-
right.
Strange World movie.
Strange Worlds.
Well, there's another case too.
Gender Queer, I think, was one of the books that
Yeah.
got people kicked out. And
I think it would have been better if you were reading Gender Queer. Nailed it. Go on.
Hey, we were at Catholic high school, so anything that had any little bit of sex or
You mean
Tina-
like how my shoes are so shiny I can see your vagina?
hold on, Tina, real quick. At this Catholic high school, did bodybuilders ever come and rip
Jesus.
rip yellow pages for Jesus?
They were called the
First
Power
off,
Team.
I gotta
It's a
remind
real
Matt of
thing.
something. Mad, we're live, so you can't fix your jokes in post.
Yeah, no, I did. It's live to tape. Listen, the Power Team is real. They rip phone books through the power of HGH and Jesus. They've gone to all kinds of schools.
99% HGH, 1% Jesus.
Well, in the last century, when I went to high school, they didn't actually have those bodybuilders visiting religious schools yet. So
Oh, okay.
You missed out.
I guess that just something that only happened at Mad School.
No, Brahma too. Brahma saw the same thing.
I think Brahma's just humoring you.
Man, I showed y'all videos.
You showed us videos of like World's Strongest Man competitions, not like
It was
guys
in
doing it
it
for
was in
Jesus.
church. It was for a youth group.
You showed us some random dude in what looked like a cafeteria ripping a phone book in half through the grainiest footage that I think may have been in someone's purse.
They were even playing POD.
The
They're
same
Christian adjacent.
the same
couldn't
like the
hear
same
anything.
footage. I thought we were also proving Loch Ness Monster existed. It might have been
Oh,
Sasquatch.
geez.
I don't even know.
All right, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I have to. Is there a clip of this? I have to see this.
Yeah, of course, man. The Power
Yeah,
Team.
please. I'm sorry. We have to
Don't worry, I
interrupt.
got you.
Okay, thank you.
Y'all keep going. Won't take but a second.
well,
I'm sorry. Anytime someone brings up experience with a religious school environment, I have to check to see if a power team showed up to rip phone books for Jesus.
Because it happens.
no. We also didn't have any cross-dressing people giving people
Man,
lap
there's so many
dances
videos.
in Catholic schools.
No, they
either.
weren't
Well-
reading you books in the library.
Well, you didn't know what the nuns
No.
were up to in their off hours, but you know,
That's true.
I'm kidding. Was it Jesuits running your school?
Oh, the
No, we had-
Jesuits.
The Jesuits, I think, were run. Oh no, they weren't. What were the friar? There were Fenwick friars were running the boys' school next to us, and we were the Cincinnati Dominican nuns.
Yeah, that's not really what Jesuits do. You know, they started because a dude got injured in the Crusades. He's like, but I still want to kill people for the Pope. I know. I'll start a whole new, secret organization that fights for him. And we'll go around. We'll save, kidnapped Christians or whatever.
Are we about to get into like the Opus Dei conspiracies too?
Yeah.
Like,
No. Anyway, so if you won't believe me, maybe you'll believe this guy.
Saying, hey, nobody comes back from the dead after 3 days. Hey, people can't really walk on water. Hey, why did he turn water into wine? Why didn't he just make wine? He's fucking magic.
I never thought of that.
Stop with the magic trick,
on the
bro.
shirt?
We're trying to get fucked up. Just make us some wine.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm tired of wine. You got any whiskey in that? No,
All right, we'll go forward a little
for
bit.
Jesus. And what they were was these dudes that would do like feats of strength for Jesus. Like they would fucking break bricks with their head. They would.
Jesus gave him the power.
And I used to watch.
Hold on.
Whoa! It seems a little too easy to break those.
They're really making a mess for
this.
Jesus.
Ooh, he drops an elbow down.
Oh,
Look,
I'm gonna blow
at
up this
this.
balloon for Jesus.
Oh, they blow it up until it explodes. That's why they have to wear goggles on. It's a bladder.
Hold on, we gotta get to the phone books because
I'm
they
hearing the
rip
music
phone
like
books.
you're talking about.
Those gym pants. Hold on. What's he saying?
Bad bar I was walking in. And all my friends were inside. And the door shut behind me.
Where's your armpit hair,
Right
bro?
when the door shut,
He has no hair.
Jesus took the blinders and rolled them right off my eyes.
Okay.
I love the duct tape over his wrists with the handcuff.
Anyway, I can find you footage of them ripping up phone books, but they exist.
Ain't nobody ripping up any phone books.
Do I really have to go get that specific clip? Good lord.
Yeah, it looks like they're struggling to destroy the balloon on top of it. Like, these guys were good at this shit.
Is there something special about inflating a balloon till it bursts? Because
It was a very tough balloon.
It was a thick plastic.
Like a water bottle, one that you would put in your bed when you're chilly.
It's crazy.
This is the
Walton, maybe this will put you on the right path. Hold on.
Okay.
Here we go.
I need inspiration, bro. Okay.
Oh, wait. We're going to have to mute it. I forgot POD. Here comes the boom.
Dude.
Here comes the boom. We're POD. We're kind of Christian, but we like to be on the radio. So we don't ever say the name Jesus. Oops. Except for right now. Wait, this isn't an official POD song. Never mind. We can say the Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah,
that's
no
basically what's being played.
Way. No.
Look at that. Check that out. Fucking nailed it. Oh, man.
Not that easy. Those are props.
What? You're a prop.
Also physics too. I mean,
hell yes, physics. Tina, you're right.
Can we go to like the little fake kung fu he was trying to do as he was like?
It wasn't fake kung fu. It was Jesus. It was Jesus boo.
Jesus
boo. Right here.
Oh man, that looked like Buff Bagwell. Anyway, yeah. So there's the. Oh, what is he ripping?
There you go.
What did he rip?
Phone book in half.
Damn.
Look at that. Look at that. He's gonna. Yeah, and it's a competition too. You could put bets on who you think would win, but bets for Jesus.
Yeah, vote for Jesus.
Notice somehow
Christ
one pair
boo
and
fighting.
the pages are going everywhere.
I believe now.
I don't.
Look at this. If nothing says the Lord, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is real, then a guy bending a metal bar at your fucking.
Like, is that like rebar?
Wait, is he bending that against his crotch?
Yes.
No, he's bending it against his cross.
Oh, the weak part.
The weak part, motherfucker.
Weak part of the bet.
It's wood.
It's balsa wood.
You're balsa.
Those are probably like T-ball bats.
No, you use aluminum in T-ball. Learn your balls.
So they get up here and just destroy a bunch of shit.
Hell yeah, they do. And then they, oh, look at that baby. That baby was like, I love Jesus now.
Is
that a
do we
douchebag?
have a clip of him running past Little Mad and like high-fiving him?
I don't even know where he's running to.
Wait, what are you talking about? That is Lil Mad right there.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Oh no.
Those were blocks of ice. That was blocks of ice, guys. Oh shit! This is like early ECW.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember them setting shit on fire. Oh man, with his head.
This is how you destroy the devil when he's trying to burn you down.
as a burnologist, I can tell you that fire is not something you want to headbutt.
Oh.
I don't know what was happening there, but I'm sure it was awesome
I didn't want to say
in context.
You caught me up.
Oh look, they're shooting the fire extinguisher right in this face too. There you go.
That way his head catches on fire when he does something.
Man,
stupid.
what did he get sprayed? Two bats at one time.
I think that was one bat that split in a
High
couple
five
pieces.
for Jesus. And that is how I learned about the Lord.
Thank you, man.
There's a lot of stuff to unpack there.
Not really.
Stuff to,
I was so quiet.
We should do one of those videos as a movies with Mad sometime.
Keep fucking around. I'm gonna make us do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of their shells.
Oh, the
concert? Yeah,
I went to that when I went to that when I was a kid too.
Me too.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I remember standing on the chair and Shredder fucking trolling the kids in the audience.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I remember buying the plastic ninja sword that they sold at the vending machine and just breaking it on my little brother. That was like, you remember when the moms were like, these kids are hurting each other on these ninja stores. I was like, I think I hurt my little brother, so I guess I was part of that problem. Because I was like, oh, walk it off, kid, walk it off. You're like 7, you can handle it.
Tina, was there anything left in that article before we segue?
Oh, we were reading an article?
Yeah, but that was better.
What was it about?
That was way better than that article.
Did it have anything to do with the Power Team Jesus or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No.
No, it did not. It was just a rumored cast for Superman Legacy. And no,
what was the point of it?
One of the Power Team guys could have played Superman.
Sorry, I ruined your DC corner.
Oh, no. I was doing the DC to make everybody happy to balance my Marvel moment. So
wait,
she was trying to compensate for the fact that she had a Marvel moment, and
wait.
Marvel moments lately.
I'm not trying to be mean to a woman, but could we also maybe we call it Marvel pause? And
that's good.
I guess Chad's not getting invited back next week.
But I'll send you the link. Anyway, I love the idea of you like, I know everybody is not happy with Marvel. I know. I'll balance it with DC. Everybody loves Zack Snyder.
No, this was the James Gunn.
I'll give you some shit with peanuts instead.
Well, people don't like James Gunn either. Do we have any faith?
Well, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy had a great hold. Like,
Guardians of the Galaxy was great. You are right. You're right. But
I hated Guardians of the Galaxy so bad.
Dude, I love that last movie. I know, Tina, you came on and like, I can't stand this. I was like, I know it's good because I watched it.
Here's the thing. Guardians 3 was better than Guardians 2, but it still wasn't anywhere near as good as Guardians 1.
No, 1 is the best.
That feels like the most honest take I've heard on it yet.
Yeah.
I still haven't had a good explanation for why Star-Lord didn't have his helmet that magically came on and off for the first 2 movies and then wasn't there when he needed it the most in the last one.
They needed to redeem the lame-ass Adam Warlock.
According to James Gunn, if
he left it at home,
hard to be believed, he left it in his desk because he was so frantic to go on their quest to save Rocket.
There you go.
He brought his guns.
These guys think James Gunn's going to be able to do anything positive for the DC cinematic
I
universe?
think James Gunn has slowly started morphing into why have I blanked on her name? Jamie Lee Curtis. If you look at some of the outfits he's wearing at the premieres, he looks like Jamie Lee Curtis now.
Oh,
Bring up somebody do a search for his the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 premiere with James Gunn and put the outfit he's wearing and tell me it doesn't sort of look like Jamie Lee Curtis from Knives Out.
Really? Matt, you missed this, but that statement was done by a person who was mean like this earlier. And damn, it doesn't come right up. There you go. That's it. That's it, guy. Have we shared this out on the internet, guys? Does anybody please?
Well, what sucks though is I've seen Lil Chad, and I'll say this: Lil Chad is not a a good representation of Chad himself.
Nope.
The hair's in the wrong is on the wrong side of the face.
I've got a lime green suit. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yep. Tell me that, like, just take the beard away a little bit, and he sort of looks like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, she does wear those mannish eyeglasses.
Exactly.
Such an ugly fucking suit, man. Who's like, oh, you know what would look good? What? Baby puke.
Oh, this is even better. Look at these.
I mean, his brother looks like a
Is that his boyfriend?
That's his brother.
Sean Gunn.
I don't know. It's a new Hollywood. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, he's what is this character? Raglan or something?
Yeah, he's
Sean
been all
Gunn?
kinds of things.
No. As in Guardians of the Galaxy, he plays like
he was-
Raglan or something.
I can't forget. I don't know. It was an unforgettable
He
name.
plays the guy who whistles and makes the arrow
Right.
fly around.
Yeah, but not Don Moon. No, wait, and Legolas sucks. What?
You're talking about the actor that was doing it?
What? Wait, hold on. Here comes my arrow. It flies super fast. Yeah. Wait, what's his name? Yondu? Yondu. Nailed it.
Yeah, Yondu. Well, no, he's Kraglin. Yondu is the
Y'all never-
Michael Rooker played him.
Right.
Yeah. He flew the arrow.
And he was good. I like that character a lot.
I mean, yeah.
He's Mary Poppins, y'all.
He's
That's a great
he's
line,
also
though.
he's also does the motion capture for Rocket. He like gets on his knees or kind of crouches when he walks. Yeah.
He was also on Gilmore Girls, which is weird. but
Really?
He was. Did you ever watch that show?
Many years ago.
He was like the random guy who had a different job like every week.
Oh, okay. Doesn't ring a bell.
I don't know. My wife watched that show, and that's why people like her are why it's still like on streaming service ratings like every few weeks. Just continually watching Gilmore Girls.
Oh, dude. Yeah, the girlfriend watches it. That is her background show. Whenever she's working, on the computer or whatever, it's playing in the background.
Here's one for you.
All
I
the
tried
time.
to. I did this one time just to
Only
show
one
her.
who wore a suit that looks good. Like that's a nice looking suit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mad, next time she's watching it and you're in the room, like start like trying to count seconds between the two girls talking to see if there's any pause. I could not get one past one Mississippi at any point in the entire Gilmore Girls show.
She tried to talk me into watching that shit. I made it 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, it's women.
This is nice.
Mm-hmm. That is nice.
Yeah, they
gross.
definitely didn't dress Nebula like that in the movie, though. That was
I think she's a great actor, though. I think she was great in Duel.
yeah, which is the same guy who did Art of Self-Defense.
Art of Self-Defense. Hell yeah, it is.
I liked her in Jumanji.
Yeah, I thought she was good.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she was amazing in that.
Yes.
Who the fuck is that?
That's
This is-
Mantis.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's Mantis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mantis. You look good.
Man, put the makeup back on.
Yeah, I was
Gross.
gonna say better than Alien.
So here's the real question: like, Tina, which of these would you be highlighting for your husband as legal and allowed?
This is an important question. Thank you very much, little Chad. Thank
she
you.
looks a little too close to being a redhead.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely Karen Gillan. My husband loves redheads and loves thigh-high boots.
Ugh.
And loved her in Jumanji. So yeah, she'd be the one I'd be pointing out in the crowd. We've been making fun of her dress, and her I don't
think she-
recognize because she's the
I think
voice
she's the
actress.
one who does the voice of the dog.
Yeah.
Was she
Cosmo,
going for
Maria
a look of not having worn pants? Like, because that doesn't look like a dress. It looks like a sweater.
That's fine. It's a well-dressed bitch.
I mean,
I
honestly,
can't
what do you
tell
do
if
when you
that's a
sit
shadow
down?
or her underwear.
it's nice, but
It's a shadow, but what does she do when she sits down?
Gross,
is my
God.
question. How does it work?
You don't know how that works at this point? I don't know.
There's no panties.
No, they usually use a lot of tape, double-sided tape.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh well, that's a bad position to try with that dress right there.
I was gonna say. Can we watch her on Instagram? I don't know. if
Why?
that's
Because she's hot, man.
Like,
I mean, that's where Mr. Bojan's mirrored shoes would come in, apparently.
So gross.
Exactly.
Scott says
Yeah.
yummy.
No, Instagram didn't work, so can't do that. But
You know,
somebody was wearing a really
like
stupid
that,
outfit.
though, you don't even need
Oh.
mirrored shoes. You just lean back.
I love he just doesn't give a
This
shit.
is
Yeah,
nice.
can you tell Bradley Cooper's like, I did a voice. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know how I know Scott's full of shit. I was talking about an ice cream. You know, a single ice cream. That's how we measure it.
Exactly. All right, this is ridiculous.
Oh, that suit's not bad.
I mean, if that's
I don't like that shiny shit.
very
That was
high school
all,
prom.
Like, exactly. It's very much like Eddie Murphy, circa 1980.
Tina's like, when I go to watch the 18-year-old swimmers at their high school prom, I don't.
I go into those shiny suits, when I'm checking them out.
I see enough of
That
those suits
isn't that
with those.
bad.
See, now,
That
this
looks-
isn't bad. I'm not crazy about it, but this is better.
No, it's not. I don't. What is that patterning?
What was it with the
your
fake,
grandma's
like,
bedroom? That's what
knot tie claspy thing that he's wearing? Like, no.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
like the color of the suit. I hate the design,
You don't
whatever
like the
that
short
shit
bag
is on
one
there.
thing?
Yeah, I don't like the double-breasted button thing.
I just
Yeah, it's not
remember this guy
tailored
from
well
We're the
either.
Millers every time I see him, so I can't take
Yeah.
him seriously
Also,
in any superhero movie.
The top two buttons just look like that's where his nipples are. That's a bad design choice.
Oh, good point. Very, very good point. Let's see. And there's somebody else with some side boobage going on.
Who's that?
That is Natasha Haveli.
Yeah, sure.
Hallaby?
Don't know
Hallaby?
who that is.
Yeah,
By the way,
no.
when I looked up and I was like, "Is he wearing ACUs?" Oh no. Okay, nobody knows what ACUs are.
No,
He's
that suit is
wearing
awful.
suede cowboy boots with heels.
Yeah. ACUs were their Army combat uniform. They came after the BDU and before their current version. It was like light blue.
Advanced camo, like
Oh, that's an
Well-
interesting dress.
what was it? It
Let's
was
look
that the one with the digital camouflage, man?
Yeah, and somebody took a picture because it matched his grandmother's couch. It was the only thing he ever blended into.
Well, how do
there's
you
a
think
whole
we
lot of
feel?
tape
We
going
got
on here.
the
I like that dress.
NWUs, which were blue digi-camis, so that if you fell in the ocean, nobody could.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Oh,
The
was
Navy's
that
like,
in between fighting the aliens on the 1940s battleship with Rihanna?
it's funny though. The Navy was like, "All right, we got to come up with a new pattern for our uniforms." Well, we're Navy, water, blue. There we go.
It's like we got
It would have made more
keep-
sense to do like an urban camo, like a
Come
gray
on,
digi-cami.
something
because
they
Yeah.
had to you had to do something that was less gay than the like little white sailor outfits with the flap on the back.
Well, no, that's still their dress uniform.
Yeah, those are still our dress uniforms, and I
Are
got
you
news
kidding me?
for you there, little Chad. That shit pulls chicks.
Sure, my ass.
They
it
love
does.
those outfits.
I'm sure if you call define chicks like Leah Thomas, it pulls them all day long.
Get it? Pull because they have a penis.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would get that.
Oh, now it's not as funny if you meant it.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Yeah, but no, that Navy uniform pulls ass. I can't deny that.
I mean, I'm not talking about like the one from Top Gun. I'm talking about like the gay little.
That's the
sailor one.
Navy fucking dress.
That is,
uniform.
that is the Navy
No,
dress.
I'm talking about the little
The one
flat.
from Top Gun. That's called officer dinner dress, and they never wear it ever for any reason.
I would. What about the like actual sailor ones where you have a little flap behind your neck? You
Yeah,
still have
those
that
are
one?
dress uniforms.
Oh, okay.
You know the ones like Popeye wears, Matt. That's what I'm talking about, and he's saying that's the enlisted dress uniform.
Yeah, it is.
Tina,
So-
go back up one if you get one picture.
Sure.
Because he was drinking. He wasn't even caring. He's drinking and he came to the premiere.
That was Michael Rooker. I mean, he wasn't even in the movie, was he?
Yeah, but it's like not. He's just in jeans. Like he was.
Well, you call down. I mean, Michael Rooker's best role was still from Tombstone. Come on.
Oh
That's-
yeah.
Alumni Michael Rooker showed up to support his friends
Alumni.
and rocked a casual flowery shirt.
I mean, Michael.
Alumni?
Michael
man show.
Rooker's got some great roles, man. You remember was it Days of Thunder where he was the other driver?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's
I didn't even think about that. I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, Days of Thunder was great. They can't play it anymore because it was the Winston Cup series and has a lot of Confederate flags in it, so they don't air it on television ever.
Right. Where in Tombstone? What character you play in Tombstone?
He was he was the cowboy who quit and joined the posse with Wyatt.
Yeah, with the other guy that got shot in the ear, I think.
Yeah, he was one of the ones that got hung and skinned.
Yeah. Share my my second one. The one the first, this one. This was the ACU. ACU came out designed to work everywhere. Doesn't work anywhere except your grandma's couch.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Oh, that's perfect. I mean, I think it was technically designed for was it digital photography from
some shit like that.
Shit.
We're gonna get in trouble, so we can't play the whole thing. But yeah, this is what I'm.
Watch out! Here comes my arrow. It flies super fast and kills everyone. Watch out! Here comes my arrow.
All right, I think that's about all we can do.
Legolas sucks.
That's great.
Anyway, yeah. It's a great song.
Oh, sorry, that's my son yelling online. Okay.
He has his son was in the movie?
Yeah.
Was he one of the guys at the space station?
Not sure. Unless maybe he was just in it and he just brought his son. Because like up here, Linda Cardellini brought her daughter. So
yeah, it looks like it just.
Who the fuck is a Linda Cardellini?
Oh my god, she was from.
She was Velma in the Scooby Doo movies.
Yeah,
that does not help.
Velma,
wait, was he in Freaks and Geeks?
Yes, she's
Hawkeye's Linda Cardellini.
And she was also Hawkeye's wife in the Avengers movies that dusted, and then he went and became Ronin. And felt guilty about it.
He voices Lilia the Otter.
Lila.
Whatever the fuck her name was.
Yeah. With the crazy evil arm thing.
I just thought it was interesting that apparently when animals die and go to heaven, heaven considers them so pathetic as not to give them back their biological limbs.
Well, my Grammy always told me that when you're in heaven and you see someone you knew when you were alive, you see them the way the last time you saw them.
The way you remember them.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people with missing limbs, and you know what I mean. They didn't always look the best at the last time I saw them. It's going to be very disturbing.
Back when they go up.
Yeah, did they get the limbs back?
I don't know, but to speak to something else, Soul Assassin said yes. Cardellini was always a favorite. She was like when she was Velma, she made Velma attractive, which was nice.
Yes, very much.
And then we got new Velma, which Slender has shared his feelings on. Very clear.
See, her dress should have been longer though, because she's at an age where her knees are not attractive.
Wow.
Okay. So,
I wouldn't even have cared or noticed. And look, like women, this is how women treat other women. Like her knees make me sick.
I can't tell you how many times I've been out with my bros and we're like, you see that bitch's knees? Right?
Knees? I get pissed off when I can see the ankles. That's just disgusting.
Mr. Bojan's like, hey, what about Linda Cardellini? And Tina's like, fuck no, those knees need to go.
Right. I was going to ask that question.
No, he totally thinks Linda is hot, and all I just said is the dress
so you're
should
just
be
tearing
longer.
her down. Now you're just tearing her down because he.
Why isn't there like a plastic surgeon that specializes in like giving your knees a lift or something?
Linda Cardellini, more like Linda needs some new knees. Nailed it.
We
You got the timing down, you fuck.
We understand this game now, Tina. This is where you point out the hot ones, then you devalue them to make sure that your station remains secure. You are the most attractive.
No. I don't at all. My husband had no game. I had to ask him out. It took 4 years for him to finally go out with me.
Well, maybe you had ugly knees.
I had to propose him there.
She can point out the hot chick. She doesn't feel threatened.
I don't at all. He has
Like,
no.
he's not
Wow.
gonna do anything.
Wow, that was
I had to
that was
propose
0
the whole
to
nine yards.
like not at all in so quick a fashion. There was no hesitation from brain thought to words on your husband having no game and no ability to control other women. That's terrible.
That is one of the first things he will tell you is he will point out that a girl is hot and he has no game. And the best thing he ever did is when we were coming home from buying the minivan to replace my car that had fallen apart, I drove the pickup truck home and he drove the minivan when he went to stop and fill it up. And there was this totally hot chick with this red, sports car, fill it up next to him. And he goes looking at her and he's like, oh shit, I've got nothing. Because he looks back at the van to me. Never mind.
So he was having a real life Chevy Chase from Vacation moment. Like,
oh, there you go.
Oh man, Tina, that's terrible. That's sad.
He will tell you himself. I will record him even saying that he has no game. He admits it.
Wow.
Tina snatched him up off the street like she was going after her. She said,
I stole him from.
Do
I
have
stole
any
him
kids
from
that- well, I don't have
Mama
kids.
so bad.
Wait, you stole him from Mama? What?
I stole him
What?
from his mama so
Oh.
bad. Oh,
Wow.
she still hates me to
Now,
this day.
now you're calling him a mama's boy, Tina.
No, he's a Tina's boy. She
Yeah, we
took
should
him
probably
from
wrap
Mama.
this show up before like she
Good.
completely obliterates Mr.
Right?
Bojan.
I don't know. The way she's talking, he's probably just in a corner waiting for any kind of encouragement.
Damn.
It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again.
Oh, thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. We'll go around the horn, let everybody tell their say their outros, and we'll start off with Slender Dad. Tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Well, you can usually find me here on Wednesday nights. You can also find me on various movies with Mad whenever those come out. And then I am one half of the Ascendant Art podcast. With the other half, who's pissing me off with his dang Navy jokes. That is at 9 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights.
Hello.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I am the Mad of the movies of Mad that Slender just mentioned. I have a new video coming out as soon as I get the copyright claim cleared. It's awesome, and you will enjoy it.
Please subscribe to Matt's channel, Mad Barber
I think I
Entertainment.
covered everything okay. I don't need you to step in.
Hashtag bigger than PewDiePie. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you promote, bro.
I don't know if I like bigger than PewDiePie. I like better than PewDiePie, but I
Better.
get what you're doing. Yeah, but anyway, go on.
Well, I always take it to the penis. Better, but bigger. But better, yeah. Better than PewDiePie. Speaking of dicks, what's up, Chad?
Wow. That was, somebody's still taking things personal from what me. So yeah, you can find. Like Slender mentioned, we do the Ascendant Art podcast. It's on YouTube and Rumble as well,
And Twitter.
And we record on Friday evenings around 9 p.m. A lot of times, Mad comes hangs out if he's not sleepy. And then we also, like we said, on Mad Barber Entertainment, where Mad puts up the movies with Mad. We have a great time doing those. So just those are the places you'll find me on YouTube and here occasional Wednesday nights when I can make it and have a great time doing that.
Yeah, we love having you here, Chad. Dude, thank you so much for being here tonight. And guys, please subscribe to his channel. And next up is last but not least, Miss Tina Bojan. But first, before we start, Tina, Soul Assassin said, "It's okay, Tina. My mother waited until my grandmother was 6 feet under to marry my dad."
Oh man, we could have an entire stream, Soul, talking about my husband's family. Oh my God. Since I asked him to marry me, we didn't have a ring and we weren't going to spend any money on it. So when his grandmother found out, she said, "Oh, there's not a ring. That means it's not real and you don't have to marry her."
Did you ask him or did you just tell him? Like, you just looked at him and be like, "You're marrying me. We'll figure out when, but this is how
What
this
happened
is
was
happen."
she saw him bathing out in the lake, and she ran out there with her club and hit him over the head, threw him over her shoulder, and brought him back to the cave.
Drug him
it was pretty close to that. No, we were coming home from the subway from work, and we were talking about like the apartment that we were gonna rent together later on, and blah blah blah. And we started talking. I don't know how we got talking about kids, and I said, well, we are gonna get married, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay. So we walked into their block, and he goes, and then I go, well, does that mean we're engaged now? And he goes, that works for me. I'm like, all right, cool.
That is so romantic.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hollywood, look out.
That's a great meet cute for that story. What instead of while you were sleeping when he's in a coma, just like, I just told him we're getting married coming off the subway, and it was good.
Exactly. Well, to hear some more stories about me, tearing apart my husband, come watch Rogue Entertainment on Saturday nights, and Steven can tell you all about what time that is. And then you can also find me on Vinny Tarnamella's channel, Vinny Art, on Fridays at 5 Eastern and Sunday nights at 9 Eastern.
Is that PM or AM?
That would be PM.
Right. Thank you, Tina. Guys, please go check out Tina, where she streams Vinny Art, and over by my channel, Author Stephen Walton. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please remember to subscribe to everybody on the panel. Support your independent creators. Got Zax is having a live stream. Soul hasn't put the link in the chat. Go check out Zax. Also, Etep Okui and A Place to Be Reviews should be streaming tonight. So wherever you're heading to, have a great time. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for supporting the channel. And